Welcome on board. Deal with Facts brings you 10 shocking facts about Lamborghini. You didn't know? Stay tuned as we deal with some fascinating facts about this iconic brand. This is gonna blow your mind. I bet you didn't know Lamborghini started with tractors. I'm sure you've heard the news. Lamborghini is one of the most iconic car brands in the world. But did you know it all started with tractors? You might think Lamborghini started with some Italian playboy on a mission to build the most outrageous car imaginable. Well, you'd be half right. It all started with Ferruccio Lamborghini, a man who knew a thing or two about machinery. His first love wasn't fast cars, it was tractors. After World War II, Ferruccio saw an opportunity in leftover military hardware. He cobbled together engines and parts, and soon he was churning out tractors. But Ferruccio had a need for speed, a desire for something more exotic. He owned a Ferrari, but the clutch kept breaking. It drove him mad. So he went to Enzo Ferrari and told him his cars were rubbish. Enzo didn't take kindly to this. He told Ferruccio to stick to his tractors. That lit a fire under Ferruccio. He stormed out, vowing to show Enzo what a real sports car could be. Now let's talk about those names. You've got the Miura, the Diablo, the Murcielago, the Aventador. They sound more like characters from a Godfather movie than cars. And that's no coincidence. You see, Ferruccio Lamborghini was a big fan of bullfighting. Yes, really. He admired the bull's power, its aggression, its sheer presence, and he thought these qualities were a perfect fit for his cars. So he decided to name them after legendary fighting bulls. The Miura, for instance, was named after a particularly fearsome breed of bull known for its fighting spirit. The Diablo? Well, that bull was practically the devil incarnate in the bullfighting ring. And let's not forget the Lamborghini logo. That raging bull? It's not just there to look pretty. Lamborghini building a military vehicle? Sounds like something out of a Bond film, doesn't it? Well, buckle up, because this is no work of fiction. In the early 1980s, Lamborghini decided to flex their engineering muscles. The Italian military needed a high-performance off-road vehicle. The result? The Lamborghini Cheetah. This wasn't your average Jeep. It was a beast on wheels, powered by a rear-mounted Chrysler V8 engine. Unfortunately, the Cheetah didn't make it to the battlefield. It had some teething problems. But it gave birth to the Lamborghini LM002, the Rambo Lambo. A military-grade off-roader crossed with a luxury SUV. Chapter 4. The Veneno, if you have to ask. Now, we all know Lamborghini makes expensive cars, but even by their standards, the Veneno is in a league of its own. This thing costs more than a small island, and it's about as practical as a chocolate teapot. But oh boy is it spectacular. Created to celebrate Lamborghini's 50th anniversary, the Veneno is basically a street-legal race car. It looks like it was designed by aliens, with more wings, scoops and vents than an aircraft carrier. And the performance? Let's just say it's brutally, ridiculously fast. Underneath that outrageous bodywork lies a 6.5-liter V12 engine that churns out a mind-bending 740 horsepower. That's enough to launch the Veneno from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a scarcely believable 2.8 seconds. But here's the kicker. Lamborghini only made 14 Venenos. That's right, just 14. Which means if you ever see one in the wild, consider yourself incredibly lucky, or incredibly rich, probably both. Chapter 5. The Chrysler Years, an unlikely partnership. The 1980s were a turbulent time for Lamborghini. The global economy was in a tailspin, and even supercar makers weren't immune to the financial woes. Enter Chrysler, the American automotive giant, stage left. Now, on paper, this was a match made in, well, not heaven exactly. More like a match made in a garage after one too many bottles of grappa. You had Lamborghini, the flamboyant Italian stallion, and Chrysler, the sensible, dependable American workhorse. But somehow, against all odds, this unlikely partnership actually produced something remarkable: the Lamborghini Diablo. The Diablo was everything a Lamborghini should be: outrageous, powerful, and guaranteed to turn heads wherever it went. It replaced the aging Countach and became an instant icon of the 1990s supercar scene. Sadly, the Chrysler-Lamborghini love affair didn't last. By the mid-1990s, Chrysler was facing its own financial troubles, and Lamborghini was once again put up for sale. Chapter 6. No puffing allowed. The sound of fury, naturally aspirated. Listen to that sound. That, my friends, is the glorious howl of a naturally aspirated engine. And for years, it was the only sound you'd hear coming from the back of a Lamborghini. While other supercar makers were busy bolting on turbochargers and superchargers to squeeze every last ounce of power from their engines, Lamborghini stuck to their guns. They believed that nothing, absolutely nothing, could replicate the visceral thrill of a naturally aspirated engine. And you know what? They were right. Turbochargers might give you more power, but they often come with a side of turbo lag. That annoying delay between putting your foot down and actually feeling the acceleration. Naturally aspirated engines, on the other hand, are all about instant response. You press the pedal, the engine roars, and you're pinned back in your seat. It's a pure, unadulterated connection between man and machine. But alas, all good things must come to an end. Chapter 7. The Revuelto, the hybrid bull, Mamma Mia, Lamborghini going hybrid. It sounds about as likely as Ferrari building a minivan, but you know, the automotive world is changing, my friends, and even the most stubborn Italian bull can't outrun progress forever, so say hello to the Revuelto, Lamborghini's first ever plug-in hybrid supercar. Yes, you heard that right, a Lamborghini that you can plug in like a toaster. But don't worry, this is still very much a Lamborghini. It's got a screaming V12 engine because some traditions are just too sacred to mess with. But it also has not one, not two, but 3 electric motors. That's right, 3. Combined, they produce over 1,000 horsepower, which is about as subtle as a chainsaw in a library. Now I know what you're thinking, a hybrid Lamborghini? That's sacrilege. But before you reach for your pitchforks, hear me out. The Revuelto is still a proper Lamborghini. It's still ridiculously fast, it still looks like it belongs on another planet, and it still sounds absolutely glorious. Chapter 8. Lighter than a feather. The Carbon Fiber Kings. Carbon fiber. It's the magic material of the supercar world. Lighter than aluminum, stronger than steel, and more expensive than a small country. And Lamborghini, my friends, are masters of this black weave. They were one of the first manufacturers to truly embrace carbon fiber, using it extensively in their cars to reduce weight and improve performance. And no Lamborghini embodies this philosophy better than the Sesto Elemento. Now, Sesto Elemento is Italian for sixth element. And what's the sixth element, you ask? Why, carbon, of course. The Sesto Elemento is essentially a rolling testament to Lamborghini's obsession with this wonder material. The entire chassis, the bodywork, the interior trim, it's all carbon fiber. This allows the Sesto Elemento to tip the scales at a feather-light 999 kilograms. That's less than a ton. Chapter 9. A Shrine to Speed, the Lamborghini Museum. So, you consider yourself a true Lamborghini aficionado? Then you need to make a pilgrimage to the Lamborghini Museum in Sant'Agata Bolognese, Italy. It's a place where you can immerse yourself in all things Lamborghini, from the earliest tractors to the latest and greatest supercars. Located just a stone's throw from the Lamborghini factory, the museum is a treasure trove of automotive history. You'll find iconic models like the Miura, the Countach, and the Diablo, all lovingly preserved in their full glory. But the museum isn't just about looking at old cars. It's also a celebration of Lamborghini's innovative spirit and their relentless pursuit of automotive perfection. You'll find exhibits on the company's history, their design philosophy, and their groundbreaking use of technology. It's enough to make any car enthusiast drool with envy. Chapter 10. The legend continues, more than just a supercar, Lamborghini. It's a name that evokes a sense of awe, desire, and maybe even a little bit of fear. For over half a century, this Italian company has been pushing the boundaries of automotive performance and design, creating cars that are as much works of art as they are machines. From their humble beginnings building tractors to their current status as a global supercar icon, Lamborghini has always stayed true to their core values: passion, innovation, and a healthy dose of Italian flair. Their cars are loud, they're brash, and they're guaranteed to turn heads wherever they go. But they're also incredibly well engineered, with performance capabilities that are simply mind-blowing. A Lamborghini is a statement, a declaration that you've made it, that you're not afraid to stand out from the crowd. And as the automotive world continues to evolve, one thing's for sure, Lamborghini will be right there at the forefront. Outro, stay tuned for more automotive adventures. Well, there you have it, folks. 10 shocking facts about Lamborghini that probably left you more confused than a politician at a tractor show. If you enjoyed this wild ride through Lamborghini's history, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more high-octane content. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the action. Until next time, keep your engines revving and your eyes on the road.